Okay, yes, everything occurred roughly 37 years ago this week. So, I think the first movie, yung Made in Malacanang.
Can we have the background music, please, to lower it
Yes,
down?
can we
Thank
take out the background music direct? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Ang totoo, yung unang pelikula nangyari sa pagkukonsinte ni Vic Del Rosario. Dahil kalokohan lamang yon na naisip namin ng umabot ng 130 million yata yung online. Pagkatapos ng eleksyon, sabi namin, anong gagawin natin ito? So gumawa ng sine, nasa loob ng 7 araw, halos lahat nasa loob ng aming bahay. Ngunit ngayon, medyo may pressure na. So there's been a real effort at storytelling, some level of filmmaking, and the desire to authentically shoot in Ilocos Norte as well as the deserts of Morocco. So medyo siya naiiba at trust me, it's a much better movie.
Thank you so much.
So hindi pa nila alam din kung anong ine-expect nila actually. We just finished editing the film kaninang 2 a.m. So we just need to do some dubbing. The expectation, I don't know, maybe same as Made in Malacanang but in a much more heated version, kumbaga. Kasi ano to this is the story of the Marcos family before and after EDSA. So I guess expect na lang nila dito is yung mga hindi pa rin nila alam na yung hindi nila alam mapapanood nila dito. Yung mga alam naman nila, alam na nila yon matagal na. Pero pwede nyo pa rin namang panoorin sa iba. Yung mga alam nyo na. Pero yung hindi nyo alam, dito nyo lang mapapanood. So you expect the untold truth, the harsh truth, and the painful truth in Martyr or Murder. That's it.
Thank you so much, Direk Da. Now we move on to our second question from Cebu Island News, Mr. Gerard Pareja. Sir Gerard?
Good evening. Hi, I would just like to know the time frame of the movie. Since this is a trilogy, what part does it start and end, the second part, and then whether or not it included already the disclosure of the U.S. regarding their involvement in the EDSA revolution.
Well, I will not discuss the premise of it, especially if kasama pa sa pelikula yung intervention ng US. Well, the time frame, we have 1954, we have 1983, 1989, and 2016. So it's actually, and 1972. So we have five timelines in one film. So you just have to imagine kung gaano siksik yung pelikula, lalo na sa mga staff kong nagpagod dahil period nga ito. So meron kaming 5 timeline, costume, production design. So it's really a lot of work, and when it comes to premise, you just have to watch the movie, no? I can't say anything about the story itself, but it's a 5 timeline.
Siguro as a general rule, one can simply say na ito ang nangyari pagkatapos namin umalis ng Malacanang at ng Pilipinas. Ito yun.
Alright, thank you so much, Senator and Direk.
Okay, this question is from Jim Ray Biosa of DYAR 765 Cebu and What's Up Cebu. For Direct Daryl Yap, bakit atat na atat ang kabilang kampo na tirahin ang pelikula nyo, lalong-lalo na ang Mom? Panay ikaw ang topic ng kabilang kampo. Nakakatulong po ba ito sa publicity ng Mom? Paano nyo hinahandle ang ganitong tirada? From Jim Ray Biosa of DYAR 765 Cebu.
Ako ang sasagot. Kasi si Daryl, basagulero talaga.
Hihinga pa lang ako eh. No, hindi, I cannot speak for them, no? I cannot speak for them. If they want me as the topic sa mga press con nila, wala naman akong magagawa doon kasi hindi naman masisingil ng Viva yun eh. Sayang. Kung nasisingil lang ng Viva, every mabanggit yung pangalan ko, magiging producer na nila sana ako. Kaso wala eh, hindi nga I don't know, I cannot speak for them. Well, I just think it's poor promotion and I think they have to level up to talk about themselves then if there is something to talk about them. No, I don't know. If there's something interesting, no, I'm not sure.
Wala akong narinig.
Alright, good to see you again.
Oo naman, ako na lang ang sasagot sa'yo kasi si Daryl ayaw na.
Yes, I know. The Senator, we're glad that you finally lifted the mystery of what happened in Morocco. No? I mean, even I know, at my age, hindi ko alam kung ano nangyari sa'yo after the revolution. So, why did you say yes to this movie and to, well, sa punto de vista mo, no, ipakita ko ano yung nangyari sa'yo?
Yes, tamang tanong yun kasi ayoko na ikwento itong mga nangyari. Sa totoo lang, they were among the saddest years of my life and I had no desire to relive them. But, dun sa nangyari sa pagiging patok nung Made in Malacanang, naobliga kami na ipagpatuloy yung kwento kasi sabi ng lahat, ano nangyari pagkatapos noon? Di umalis kayo. Ano nangyari? So naobliga ako mag-isip, magmuni-muni at ikwento na nga ang nangyari. Napakalungkot kasi ang tawag sa exile sa Pilipinas, yung taong mga tinapon. Ganun ang pakiramdam. Na-distyero ka sa ibang bansa na hindi mo naman alam na sa hindi inaasahang pangyayari, naglanding ka sa ibang mundo. At I think it's an experience that many OFWs and many Filipinos also undergo na sa utos ng pangangailangan, natatapon din kung saan-saan. At napakahirap na sitwasyon nun dahil syempre, ang pangarap ay bumalik na makauwi. Pero sa kabila nun, natatakot ka rin umuwi dahil sa mga nangyari sa nakalipas.
Okay, ano yung mga lessons na natutunan mo sa Morocco, Senator Aimee? I'm sure sa struggles mo, no, bilang a mother, of course, no, a wife, ano yung tiniis mo, mga natutunan mo?
Well, the reality is, exile gives you 20/20 vision. You suddenly acquire perspective, allowing you to realize that you are not the center of the universe. But on the other hand, it's also not all your fault. With that, you learn humility and understand that other people have other feelings too. So, I think si Aa ang dapat sumagot nun. Kasi nag-iba yung acting niya eh.
Yes,
Mula
I
sa
heard
unang
that.
sine hanggang sa ikalawa.
Hello?
Yeah, Christine, ano yung naging challenge sa'yo, portraying this kind of person, an extraordinary woman na mahirap gampanan, I think, ng kahit sino mga actress?
Malaking challenge po ito sa akin, Tito Mario, dahil unang-una, hindi ako pwedeng walang bahala sa bawat eksena na gagawin ko dahil totoong nangyari ito sa totoong buhay. Pangalawa, yung challenge dito is yung maramdaman ko kung ano ang pakiramdam ng isang tao na nag-iisa sa isang bansa na hindi niya pinili. Yung challenge doon mabigat, masakit, at gusto ko panoorin niyo talaga yung pelikula para malaman niyo po kung ano man yung sinasabi ko ngayon dahil nung nandun ako, naramdaman ko yung lungkot. All the more siguro nung time na yun.
Okay, I want to see how you will portray yung struggles ni Aimee. Thank you.
Very, very well.
Okay, my
Can I ask Senator Amy, were you able to preview already the film, ma'am, Senator Amy? Or if you were able, if you did already, did you ask Direct Daryl to remove some scenes, or did you disapprove any of the scenes?
Well, sa totoo lang, sa pamagat pa lamang, ay nag-aaway na po kami.
Yes.
And until today, I haven't made peace with this title. But I also have to confess na hindi ko pa napapanood. Sabi nga ni Daryl, 2:00 ng umaga, nagtatapos pa siya. Napanood ko yung karamihan ng dailies. So, nakikita ko naman per eksena. Pero, yung kabuuhan, surprise pa rin.